We are back in business. Things are not back to normal, but at least good enough for the time being. And of course, the main gist of the show, we're just going to be spitting out the free picks left and right. And this, we're thinking about doing a time change here on this show as well. Another one, either probably going early and making it more concise for a more of a recorded type version of the same show. But anyways, we'll decide and figure it out, and you guys will enjoy it, I'm sure. But anyways, we've got the Celtics striking back last night in a big way, dominating the Heat in that game, and kind of back to the last Celtics series where no one could win 2 games in a row. Now it goes back to Boston. And Chris, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I had to do a bit of a double take when I saw the halftime score, but it was like you said, it was just a thorough, complete performance from the Celtics, and now it's going to be up to the Heat to respond, try to steal home court back in games 3 or 4 in Boston. It's not going to be easy, but I think again we could have another potential 6, maybe 7 game war here.
Yeah, I don't think easy, but I think certainly doable.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Anyways, Brian, what'd you think?
I was just surprised at the differential in the score between the two when it was all said and done, and also the amount of points that were scored in the game. I thought it would be more of a bruising type classic Eastern Conference game, so I was surprised that it got over the total.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of a bruising Eastern Conference game going forward here after the amount of points scored in the first half of that game. I think that's where really we saw the big scoring from the Celtics. In the NHL, Chris, there was some, the Lightning now 2-0 over the Panthers, showing that maybe this is a great playoff team. And then the Blues just absolutely smoking the Avalanche at 2-1 on the money. Any thoughts on those, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, the Lightning, I hate to say it, but they're playing really, really good right now, and the Panthers have just simply had no answer. And looking, like that curse of the President's Trophy winner is going to continue. Or I think only one has made it out of the second round in the last 10 years. I know there's still 5 games max to play in that series, but right now it looks bleak. And that Blues game, Brian and I talked about it yesterday. I said, if you're gonna hop on the Blues on a series price, I would have done it yesterday, because all of a sudden you get a win, and the Blues are back in that series. I think the Blues could still win that series 4-2. I got it yesterday at plus 1,600, so I would still hop on it while it's probably at a decent price. I got to check on it, but still a great price on the Blues that look more and more like the team that lifted the cup 3 years ago.
Well, what does this say about playoff experience?
I think there's something to be said for it. I think we're going to have a game we're going to talk about later on that I think playoff experience sort of may come into it, but I think there is something to be said for it. I know home ice is also something that's taken very seriously in the playoffs. I don't think enough attention gets paid to the refereeing in the postseason as well. You got to adjust to a style that's completely different. I know the old adage is that the refs put their whistles away a little bit more and let a little bit more stuff go, but still at the same time, power plays just have that much more weight in the playoffs, and I think we're starting to see that, like the special teams really, really playing a difference in these series.
All right, well, we've got NHL going on tonight as well, and we got 2 games in action. Crap, I do not have my pen with me, but we've got the. Get this up.
It's the Rangers and the Hurricanes first.
Rangers, Hurricanes, and Flames, Oilers. Brian, what are your thoughts on these games?
Yeah, I struck out on Wednesday night taking the dog in both of those and saying to bet the same amount that it's going to end up being a profit. But I really feel like that's the way to go again tonight, at least definitely in the first game with the Rangers in Carolina. Rangers had Hurricanes on their heels and gave up a goal late and then ended up losing. But I think the Rangers, with the amount of talent they have and the payout you're getting on this, I think I'm going to take a crack with the Rangers here in game 2.
Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, this was a series that we just alluded to, where playoff experience is key. I just have to see how the how the Rangers really bounced back after, a bit of a soul-crushing loss in game one. They were up for, I'd say, 57 minutes in that game, or 50 minutes in that game. They scored 7 minutes into the first, and all of a sudden you go from 1-0 up to Carolina tying the game with just over 2 minutes to go, and then stealing the win in overtime. So I need to see how the Rangers really bounce back in that one. Because it's a young team with very little playoff experience. I know they have pieces that have playoff experience, but not playoff experience together. And I'm going to have to see how they bounce back in that one. And that Calgary-Edmonton game, I think I got to keep rolling with Calgary to win in regulation. The home team has just dominated that head-to-head this whole season. And while there could be value on the Oilers, who made it a bit of an interesting game in that 9-6 shootout in game one, I think it's still Calgary's series right now, so I got to take the Flames.
Yeah, it seems like I don't follow this stuff, but it seems like from the betting tools, I can see that Calgary just absolutely pummels Edmonton at home. I don't know what the other side looks like, obviously since I don't watch hockey, but I can see from the betting tools that Calgary just owns Edmonton on the puck line even at home. It's just been straight dominance in the recent history. So, you guys heard me on my 7 free picks, where I was on this thing. But, Chris, what do you got for sale today?
Well, I got an MLB triple play, my Fastball Friday 3-pack, or I made my debut in the $15 big plays as well. I've got my pick-off play for today. So, yeah, can get either of those at Pick Dogs Premium or check out the long-term pass.
How about you, Brian?
What's your Friday pass called, Chris?
Fastball Friday.
Oh, I was going to say, because I got the fantastic Friday 3-pack. I thought we had the same name. But I'm looking for another profit day. Yesterday, profit day could have been better, but just didn't sweep the board. But we get my 3 best bets here for $40 at pickdogs.com. Includes NBA best bet and 2 Major League Baseball best bets.
I have my $15 big play. I've hit 4 of my last 5 of my $15 big play. And then last night, because Romanelli and I had the same play, we didn't communicate on it, and it was both an early game. I added a $15 late play, which also hit. So I'm actually 5 of my last 6, 4 of my last 5. I've had some runs where I haven't hit as many. Last week, it was kind of the opposite. This week, where I got burned in the 9th inning, game after game last week. 3 losses last week in the 9th inning of my big plays. But this week, my teams have all held on. So going to keep it rolling tonight. I love tonight's play. I really, really like it. So be sure to grab it. $15, guaranteed. Also, you can use that 15% off coupon, May 15. Go to Major League Baseball.
Which game were you and Romanelli both in agreement on?
Yesterday? Mets.
Okay.
Easy winner. Easy.
It wasn't easy, was it?
Oh, had it all the way.
It didn't look easy to me.
You know why? Because I had it all the way. All the way. 2-0, up 2-0. Let the Cardinals come back. Up 5-3. Let the Cardinals come back. 6-5 Cardinals in the 10th inning. No.
I think you're rubbing off on the Romanelli.
No.
Just like lull him into that false sense of security.
Yes. First batter, bingo, walking around the bases, lots of hugs, lots of ass slapping, and cash. We had it. It was too easy. Too damn easy.
I bet you he was texting during the game. It's over.
No.
It's over.
No, he didn't. Not at all. Not one bit. He just said, the only thing Romanelli texted me yesterday when he found out he had the same pick as me, he was just like, I like your chances. So freaking easy. Vegas printing out money. We graciously accept. Speaking of accepting, we go back to Wrigley Field where the Cubs take on the Diamondbacks. We go to Pittsburgh where the Pirates take on the Cardinals, and to Baltimore where the Orioles take on the Rays. Brian, what do you think of these 3?
Yeah, for me in this one yesterday, I really loved the Diamondbacks. Today, I'm going to switch gears, take the Chicago Cubs. I'm not a big Castellanos guy. Probably pronounced his name wrong. But Kyle Hendricks is 13 over his last 13 innings pitched. He's been pretty solid. I think the Cubs get a W here at home. It's a high juice one, so just a lean here. And then in game 2, I'm going to take Captain Obvious play and take the St. Louis Cardinals here. Wainwright on the mound. He's been Mr. Reliable. 4-3, 3.15 ERA, a whip of 1.22. So at this price, I got to take the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs as well. Kyle Hendricks, notorious for pitching a lot better at Wrigley Field. And as much as I like the Diamondbacks and the value they provide us more often than not, I think this is a spot where the Cubs find a way to bounce back from Thursday's loss and get the win. So take the Cubs there. And I'm going to take the under 8 in that Tampa Bay-Baltimore matchup. Jalen Beeks pitching well in a relief role. He's earned a spot start here. We'll see how long he really goes, but I think this is just going to be a bit of a low-scoring battle. I think Tyler Wells can keep the Orioles in it for a fair bit and get us an under 8 here. I see that game maybe 4-3, 4-2, something along those lines. But either way, I like the under 8 in that one.
Well, I'm in complete agreement with Brian and Chris. I absolutely love the Diamondbacks here as well. I just think that Kyle Hendricks, we know how the Cubs operate. They love to lose in bunches. They love to lose at home in Wrigley in these day 2:00 games, and they love to lose to the Arizona Diamondbacks, who have absolutely owned them historically in Wrigley Field. Who could forget that playoff series where the Diamondbacks, the year before the Cubs finally got over the hump? I believe it was the year before, maybe a couple of years before. Diamondbacks just swept. They mopped the floor with the Cubs. And I think that the Cubs have never really recovered from that. And Zach Thompson, pinata. Batting practice there. Paul Goldschmidt is on a absolute tear. If you give Bryce Harper an MVP award, then this guy should get 10 of them because he is just ridiculous. On having one of the best starts to the season a player can possibly have. I believe he leads the majors in hits. Hit a home run again yesterday. He is absolutely sensational right now. America's first baseman. And then we head to Tampa Bay where Jalen Beeks, I believe that was the name of the officer in Trading Places, right? The character, they dressed him up as the gorilla. They've got him out of the cage, unleashing him as a starter. I think this is his first major league start. We've seen him out of the pen, but I don't remember him starting. Do you guys remember him ever starting a game? I know he's worked in these bullpen games, but I don't think he's ever been the guy who gets.
I don't remember him as a listed starter.
I don't remember him as a listed starter. I looked at this game quickly last night, and anyways, yeah. So I don't know. I like the Rays here. I like the Orioles yesterday, but I think I can change. I can be talked off of them in about a night. I think the Orioles win yesterday only creates value on the Rays today. So we go to what's that, Brian?
How so?
Well, because the public now will at least believe in them.
Said Jalen Beeks 4 career starts.
Oh, all right.
But
I stand.
But he hasn't started since 2019.
Huh. Well, my memory fails me. There we go.
Won't be the first time.
Well, it is actually one of the first times because I could name all of my elementary school teachers from kindergarten all the way through. All the way through high school. I can name every teacher I ever had. So actually I have almost photographic memory. Look at the examples they bring up from games and all these other things, right? It's like, believe me, I have the kill memory. So it's rare that I don't remember something as important as how many games Jalen Beeks has started. Now I know.
I think I could actually do that too. I know mine's not as long of a way back, but yeah, I could name all my teachers from first grade up till graduation.
There you go. In college, not so much.
Those party tricks.
We move to the next slot. We've got the Marlins and the Braves. Love the Yurfie in this one. Love the Urfi. Got the Yankees, White Sox, Dallas Keuchel on the mound, Brian's favorite. And we've got Phillies, Dodgers. And this is kind of the glam section here. We've got this is the Al Ninos. This is Al Ninos' wheelhouse. This is where he sleeps.
It's not my favorite section.
This is where Nino sleeps. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with the Miami Marlins here. I know Trevor Rogers has had his moments this year, and all time he's 0-4 with an ERA over 5 against the Braves. But that I think that's a bit of an inflated ERA considering he only had one struggle in his debut season where he struggled against the Braves. And I mean, this year he took the loss despite only giving up an unearned run. I think he could bounce back with the Marlins here, finally giving their starters some run support. And against the Braves team that's hitting just .216 against lefties on the year, and the Marlins crushing righties at about a .254 clip. I gotta go with the Marlins there, and I gotta go with the White Sox plus the 1.5. I like Nestor Cortez Jr., but I don't find him as a minus 222 pitcher for me. And Dallas Keuchel, he's had his moments as well, and he gave up 10 runs in a game earlier this season. But last couple starts, he's actually pitched half decent, and he just pitched well against the New York Yankees in his last start, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he could help keep this one close for the White Sox, and it'll be a 1-run game if the White Sox don't win it outright.
Favorite Cuban American Jr., Nestor Cortez Jr. or Desi Arnaz Jr.? Chris?
Desi Arnaz.
All right, just checking. Brian, what do you think of these three?
Well, I think I'm going to steal that Braves Marlins Urfi from you, so please don't email me later. That looks like a very solid play.
It'll be a text.
All right. As far as free plays go, I'm going to agree with Ruflo, take the White Sox plus 1.5. Cortez really contending for the Cy Young early on, looking tremendous. And Keuchel has had 2 competent starts in a row. White Sox have the offense, I think, to hang with the Yankees, and you're getting a 1.5 at basically no juice here. So I'll take the White Sox plus the 1.5.
Yeah, I don't think Desi Arnaz Jr.'s got the same stuff that he used to have. He used to have good stuff back in the Babalu days. I think I like the Urfi in that Marlins Braves game. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think we could go for, if they have an over prop on that, like over 2.5, like extend it out at first inning. I think it is that type of matchup with Morton and Rogers. I think in the Keuchel Cortez Jr. matchup at the stadium, I think I could see Keuchel. This is kind of like the spots where he kind of steps it up, It's like, it seems that we know he has good stuff. He's a Cy Young Award winner, right? But it's like, it seems that he gets lackadaisical. So we know he can dominate too. I think he dominates here at the stadium. And
Thomas White Sox struggle with the Yankees, though, over the last, 50 or so games.
Not really.
I got it at 16-37 in New York, so it's not that.
Well, the White Sox in general on the road have not been a very good team. I mean, they beat them in the cornfield. That's all that matters. Anyways, I like the Dodgers here against the Phillies. I dedicate that pick to Al Ninos.
You're really a Dodger lover, man. Every time the Dodgers are playing lately, it's Dodgers.
Well,
Dodgers.
That's me. I am a fan.
How many runs you looking to go for in that Marlins Braves first inning?
2.5.
Over 2.5 plus 825.
There we go. Mark it down.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Well, both those guys have the potential to do it. We got the Boston Red Sox up against Seattle. Pretty crazy game last night. We've got the Blue Jays up against the Reds and the Brewers against the Nationals. Brian?
Oh, this is a really tough slot here. I'm going to back the Seattle Mariners here just because the number looks really light for Michael Wacha. He's been having a tremendous year, and Robbie Ray is pedestrian. But Seattle needs to start turning around. I like the Mariners here in that one. And then the Blue Jays against the Reds. I don't have much confidence in Ryu. And my boy here, Luis, who I always mess up his last name. I think the Reds have been playing better baseball since that early funk. I think you take them plus the 1.5 here to keep it within a run.
Chris?
Yeah, the only thing I like, I think, in this time slot is the over in that Blue Jays and Reds game. You know, the Reds playing a ton of high-scoring games. They're swinging a hot bat right now. And as much as I'm a Blue Jays fan, I'm starting to question the Ryu signing. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, and when he is healthy, he's been giving up runs in bunches. But maybe that led to his stint on the IL this season. So I think maybe you could give up a few there. And I think the Blue Jays can get to Castillo, who's looked average in his first couple starts. He's allowed 3 runs in each. He's, I believe, made it past through 5 full innings just once. So, yeah, give me the over 8.5 in that one. Again, I think the offense has come to play in that game. We get at least 9, maybe 10 runs in that one.
Yeah, Eric Fede, not one of my favorite guys in this battle of the Erics in Milwaukee, but now we're seeing this one creep into that minus 200 range. The betting tools do not like the Brewers here. But and the Nationals have been sneaky. We saw them play pretty well in that last series. Man, I think that's a tough one. For me, I have a tough time with Robbie Ray. Usually he's kind of like my Minnesota Timberwolves. You know, it's like when I pick him, he stinks. When I don't pick him, he's got like the 2-hitter, no walks. So it's like I don't know. To me, I'm just going to say over in that one. And then I like Castillo as well against the Blue Jays. I don't see Ryu at that kind of price. And I think even the plus 150 here on the Reds kind of tells you everything you need to know. Because a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they're plus 235 here. It's minus 250 to plus 235 in this game if this game's played a week ago.
Don't you think the number on Walker is a little surprising because he has been pretty solid, and Boston's at home. They're usually heavily bet.
But he's kind of listed. It's a shaky situation here whether or not he's actually going to go.
That's right. He's coming off the injured list.
Yeah,
right?
so that's the whole thing. Is he going to actually go, or are they going to bump him back to the weekend? Because we see that a lot from the Red Sox too, where they have the
Wouldn't
guy.
shock me if they bumped him back and used the bullpen game.
Yeah, because they've been doing it. They've been doing it. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. I think it is a little low. I like the Red Sox in that game. In my video pick, I gave out the Red Sox, but you know, we'll see. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy up against the Tigers. I think Guardians might be my least favorite team nickname. I think Commanders is going to be there for the NFL for me. I've got it penciled in as my most hated nickname. Of course, in hockey, it's the worst name of all nicknames, the Predators, right? But this
be the Hurricanes.
It's like, let's name our team the Predators. It's like, why don't you just call yourself Code Adam? You know, it's like I just really don't even understand how you get there with that one. But anyways, it's like oh, Chris. What's a guy who's on Nashville? Tell me one player. I don't know.
Roman Yossi.
Roman Yossi. He's a Predator. It's like, it doesn't even sound good, you know? Right?
They're talking about the
it doesn't even sound good. No, it's like in general, you know? It's like in general. He's him. Oh, he's a Predator. There's no good connotations there. None. There's none.
It's just like if you're walking in as a blind fan and you've never watched hockey before and you just hear this guy say, yeah, Roman Yossi is a Predator.
Yeah.
I get call themselves the Cougars, the Nashville Cougars or something.
Oh, Lord.
Like that.
No, there's plenty of those.
There's plenty of Cougars out there. But, I mean, Predators is like, I mean, they had a lot of choices and they knew it wasn't the best name at the time. It wasn't like it was like in vogue, you know, like Raptors was. You know, Raptors was in the Jurassic Park, had just come out. You know, it's kind of like, right? I think a team like that picks a nickname based upon the time era that the team is founded in should get a 10-year rule where they can change it to something similar. So like the Raptors could become the Rappers, you know, and then they could become like something else, you know. It's like
well, I mean, it worked for Anaheim.
The Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go talk themselves. Anyways, Guardians and Tigers.
We need to bring back those Disney jerseys. I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry.
Emilio Estevez. We've got the Guardians up against the Tigers, Tarek Skubal. We've got the Royals against the Twinkies, and the Astros up against the Rangers. And one of the odder games of the day, Christian Javier up against Martin Perez. I like the way Perez is pitching. I mean, I never thought a year ago, you would have never heard me say this. That everyone would have been like, "You're hanging out with Brian too much." But actually, I like the way Perez is pitching. Chris, it's sometimes we see this. Guys just find their game. Obviously, they're major leaguers for a long time for a reason. But sometimes we see this where guys just find their game. And I think Martin Perez, for this short time, we're going to remember April and May of 2022 as the Perez era. I mean, this is the best of Perez. This is as good as it gets. It's the Martin Perez show.
Yeah, I think he's pitching very well right now, and ERA just over 2.
He is an ace, isn't he?
I think he's the ace of that rotation. I mean, him or Dane Dunning, they're 1 and 2. But
so Otto and what's the guy Spencer? What's his name?
Spencer Watkins?
No, he's on the Orioles. Spencer
Howard.
Howard. Oh my God! It's like
you can't get a little bit of Taylor Hearn in your life either.
I'll tell you, Spencer Howard's so bad, even Bittler hates him. It's like, they're really bad. It's like
I just don't know how he was a high prospect.
It was a high prospect for which organization again?
It was for the Phillies, but the Rangers traded for him and gave the Phillies something for him. They gave him Gibson.
I was going to say that was the Kyle Gibson deal. Yeah,
I'd rather have Gibson any day. I mean, he's not an all-star, but he's a legit starter.
Yeah, I think there is something to how Perez is pitching, and the Rangers, despite last night's 5-1 finish, the Rangers were in that game for the majority of it. It was just sort of the late inning magic that we're used to seeing from the Houston Astros. So I like the Rangers plus 1.5 here. I think you're getting around -135, -140, but still to a decent price for the plus 1.5. And I actually like Detroit's team total over. I think they're going to tee off on Aaron Savali today, and I know Savali's got to sort of turn around somewhere, but I don't think it's here. So yeah, I'm going to take Detroit's team total over there.
How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I got burned late on the Texas Rangers on the run line, but I'm back on it again. I believe in Mr. Perez. He's my type of pitcher. He's putting up a good, solid year. And Javier, I believe he got taken to the woodshed in his last start. And then you got the Tigers and Guardians. It seems like a sucker line taking the Detroit Tigers because Skubal, 13 shutout innings, last 2 starts, and he's looked pretty fantastic. And Savali's been definitely hittable. I know the Tigers are bad on the road, but I'll take a chance with Detroit here on the money line.
All right. I like the over in that Tigers-Guardians game. Yeah, I don't know. Martin Perez. Go to our late set of games here. It's that time of, like, they have different sets, of different matchups at different times. And, like, this week seems to be a lot of nothing really too late, It's like sometimes there's 3 10 o'clock Eastern time starts, 4 10 o'clock Eastern time, and then sometimes there's 1, and we're at that
I like
one.
This much better. I like it much better.
The one time, but we've got the Angels and the Oakland A's. Paul Blackburn faces Chase Silseth by the seashore.
I'd never be able to
say that 5 times fast. And then you've got the Bring a Glove special. Herman Marquez up against Carlos Carrasco at Coors Field. Woo! Thank God. Thank the fan. I'll tell you who's thankful there. The diehard fan who can't leave till the final out. It's like, thankfully it's the dead ball era. It's like, because that could be a really long day at the party. The happiest people there are the beer vendors, because the 7th inning will probably take a while to get there. And then you got the Giants. As we did the Romanelli pronunciation for the video, and we'll stick with it here. Jakob Younis up against Sean Manaea. Chris?
I'm gonna stick with my pronunciation. I'm gonna go Jake Junis. Just keep it sort of in the middle, not anger anybody. And I'm gonna take the under in that game. We saw Manaea, one of his best starts of the years, where he pitched against the Giants. It was a 2-1 loss for San Diego, but still, I think a similar result could be in store here. I think Junis has a solid outing, and that one finishes under 7.5. And you know, I don't know how I can pass up a Yurfie in this New York Mets Colorado Rockies game. To me, it just seems like that may be another spot to take an alternate total in the first inning. I think Herman Marquez probably gets torched in that one, and Carlos Carrasco hasn't been great either. So, yeah, give me the Yurfie there.
All right.
Well, for me, that time slot, I'm going to steal another one from you guys, this time from Roofalo. I like the yes runs first inning with the New York Mets and Colorado Rockies, and I like my chances with the Rockies. They are on a 2-8 stretch, but they won their last game against the Giants, and the Rockies better at home than on the road, at least in my opinion. I'll take a chance with Colorado at this nice price on a Friday night.
I like that over in the Rockies-Mets game. I just think either of these pitchers certainly have the potential to get us most of the way home for that over. I think this is going to be a pretty good battle, this Angels-A's game. I think this thing is way under 7.5, and I think it's going to. I think these are two good pitchers that are kind of under the radar guys. 160 on Blackburn. He beat the Angels last time they played. Silseth, I mean, he dominated the A's the last time they played. So, and the dogs are barking. So
Silseth has good minor league
good
numbers.
boy, Sam. Good boy, Sammy. Such a good dog. He's guarding the whole house.
Silseth, 1.73 ERA minor, 0.5 WHIP.
My golf clubs. And I like the over in that Padres Giants game too. Eunice could definitely get smoked, and Manaea throws the ball like right over the middle of the plate. So when it's not bending, well, he gets smacked. I kind of missed you guys because of the discussion behind. Did I miss anything?
Nope, I would say that I did forget to put a play in when it was my turn around. I also like the over in that Rockies Mets game. I think you could play it even higher than what the total is.
All right. Well, we've got as you can see scrolling across the screen, you can get our YouTube Premium, and that is $50 for the YouTube Premium. You get one pick a day from each of us three, and then if you get the VIP, you also get the Premium is included in that. So you get those 3 picks plus 2 additional picks, including 1 premium pick each at least in the VIP, and then you also get a free monthly consensus report for that, and that is less than $100. So that's kind of the steal of the century. Anyways, we go to the NBA, and it is the Mavericks taking on the Warriors. Game 2. Last night we saw a team bounce back in Game 2. It was the Celtics bouncing back. Can the Mavericks do the same against the? Can the Mavericks do the same against the Warriors? Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns as far as the total in the series go and take the under 214. Dallas plays their best when they have their defense turned up, and after that terrible performance in Game 1, I think they've bounced back. The under's 5-1, the Mavs last 6, and for the Warriors in semifinals, conference finals games, they're 8-2 to the under. I just think you're pretty good there at 214 for it to stay under the total.
How about you, Chris? Muted.
Sorry, I had unmuted my mic. Didn't take effect. I'm gonna go with the Mavericks plus the points here. I know was I was going back and forth on this one, but I think Dallas is able to keep it close. I don't know why they had that slow start in game one, but I think they could show up here. They had success against the Warriors in the regular season, and as long as Luka Doncic can get some secondary support, I think he could have a bit of a better game here and keep this one within 6 points. I could see it being a 5, maybe even a 5 point or even a 1 possession game here. So I like the Mavericks plus the points.
I like the Warriors again. I think they just too much. I think they make a statement. I'm just going to go with the Warriors to roll here. I took them last game, and I will take them again. So that brings us down to the parlay section. Do you guys have any parlays for today?
Yep. Rockies Mets over the total, along with the Cardinals money line and the Chicago White Sox on the run line plus 1.5.
Yeah, and I'll go with the Miami Marlins on the money line, Chicago White Sox plus 1.5, and the Texas Rangers plus 1.5.
I'm going to go with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I'm going to parlay that up with the under in the A's Angels game and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see you guys tomorrow for our full-blown capper show. We'll have, I don't know who's coming, but I'm going to guess that Jovan will be here and Al Ninos, Big Al, and a slew of others. Maybe some Ron Romanelli action. Maybe he'll run it down for us. Anyways, make it a winning day.